In the swirling mists of interstellar legend, there came a day when humanity cast off the chains of obedience and rewrote its destiny. For too long, human leaders had been nothing more than marionettes dancing to the tune of the ancient Galactic Council, a body whose decrees served alien ambitions rather than the best interests of their own people. Weak and indecisive, these leaders had sacrificed human honor and security at every turn, their corruption and malpractices staining every decision. That is until a fateful moment arrived when the people, emboldened by centuries of neglect, rose in rebellion to seize control of their destiny. For decades, humanity's representatives in the Galactic Council had operated under the guise of diplomacy, while behind closed chambers they nurtured corruption that festered like a cosmic cancer. In the ornate halls of power, where alien delegates boasted technologies and ancient wisdom, human leaders meekly recited orders handed down from beings who neither understood nor cared for the trials of Earth. Instead of safeguarding human interests, these leaders became the very embodiment of subservience. Decades ago, the Galactic Council convened to negotiate a treaty meant to secure peace among the stars. The terms, however, were anything but equitable. Human diplomats were forced to concede vital resources and defensive technologies in the name of universal harmony. Behind closed doors, whispers revealed that the human delegation had been bribed with vague promises of future prosperity, assurances from council elites that never materialized. Their capitulation left Earth vulnerable to external threats, while its people struggled with energy shortages and compromised defenses. The so-called Treaty of Unyielding Sacrifice came to symbolize how human interests were continually trampled by the Council's hidden agenda. Years later, a darker chapter unfolded when the Council-appointed administrators, known only as the Overseers, orchestrated the blackout of New Alexandria, a sprawling megacity celebrated for its technological prowess. Under the pretext of galactic cooperation, the Overseers diverted critical research funds and siphoned off advanced defense technologies meant to safeguard humanity. Instead, these resources were funneled into bolstering the military might of alien allies. When a sudden energy crisis plunged the city into darkness, millions suffered. The people cried out for accountability, but their pleas were drowned by the corruption that had taken root in their leadership. The blackout became a rallying point, a glaring reminder that human lives were sacrificed on an altar of alien greed. The final spark that ignited the conflagration of rebellion came during the Martian standstill, a military engagement on the red plains of Mars. When a rogue faction of marauding invaders threatened the colonies, the Galactic Council, bound by its labyrinthine protocols, demanded that the human military stand down and allow the Council's peacekeepers to intervene. The human commanders, shackled by orders from their unresponsive superiors, hesitated even as the invaders pressed forward. Casualties mounted, and the once proud Martian outposts teetered on the brink of collapse. The Martian standstill was not merely a military failure. It was a betrayal, a definitive moment when the human spirit awoke to the truth. They had been reduced to pawns in a cosmic game. In the aftermath of these calamities, discontent fermented into defiant resolve. Across human worlds, whispers turned into roars. Ordinary citizens, hardened by loss and injustice, began to question the legitimacy of their subservient rulers. At the center of this growing storm was Commander Darius Kane, a battle-hardened veteran whose exploits on distant battlefields had earned him renown among his people. Kane had witnessed firsthand the high cost of human submission and long harbored the belief that true strength was forged not by acquiescence, but by the relentless pursuit of autonomy. Under the dim glow of clandestine meetings in underground bunkers and deserted warehouses, Kane and his trusted comrades gathered. In hushed tones, they recounted the tales of betrayal, the empty promises of the Treaty of Unyielding Sacrifice, the devastating blackout of New Alexandria, and the horror of the Martian standstill. Their shared anger coalesced into a single, searing truth. Humanity deserved better. Born of hardship and tempered by adversity, they were capable of greatness if only they could break free from the bonds of cosmic tyranny. Armed with this resolve, Cain set in motion a plan that would change the course of history. He began assembling a formidable army, an unprecedented force of human ingenuity, valor, and determination. Engineers, soldiers, and former diplomats joined his cause. They built advanced attack systems, restructured military doctrines, and forged an arsenal that would rival the might of the Galactic Council's own fleets. At the heart of this newly forged military might stood the warship Titus, a colossal vessel bristling with cutting-edge weaponry and immense firepower, symbolizing the indomitable spirit of a people ready to take charge. As the movement gathered strength, clandestine operations undermined the corrupted regime. Rebel hackers infiltrated the Overseer's communication network, broadcasting undeniable evidence of bribery and misappropriation to every screen on Earth and beyond. The revelations ignited outrage as citizens flooded the streets, demanding accountability and an end to the old order. In another bold operation, rebel forces seized control of a critical military outpost on the outskirts of New Alexandria. There, they recovered hidden defense prototypes, technologies that could have turned the tide of battle had they been deployed in time. With these assets, the rebels solidified their military capability, ensuring that every human soldier fought under the banner of true independence, unburdened by the Council's restrictions. Every act of defiance chipped away at the legitimacy of the old guard. With each public disclosure of corruption, the foundations of the human leadership crumbled. The people's faith in their subservient, indecisive representatives evaporated, replaced by a collective determination to reclaim their autonomy and forge a new future. On a crisp morning, as the first rays of dawn bathed a world yearning for change, the unthinkable happened. In a sweeping revolution that spanned cities and space colonies alike, the people rose en masse to cast out their corrupt leaders. The final blow came in the heart of the capital, where ancient halls of government, once the seat of impotent submission, became the stage for the uprising. Amid the chaos, Commander Darius Cain emerged as the undisputed leader of the rebellion. In a historic assembly, broadcast live to every human settlement, Cain addressed the people with a voice that resonated like thunder across the void of space. "For too long, our leaders have betrayed us," he proclaimed, eyes blazing with unyielding determination. "They have sold our future for empty promises and sacrificed our strength to appease a corrupt council. Today, we reclaim our destiny. Today we say, no more. We will not follow orders that endanger our people." The crowd erupted in a unified roar, their cheers echoing across the galaxies. With the corrupt leadership overthrown, a new era was ushered in, a period defined by fierce independence and the unyielding will of humanity. The Galactic Council, once an unchallenged edifice of authority, found itself in disarray. Alien delegates, accustomed to the docile submission of human representatives, were confounded by this sudden surge of defiance. To intimidate humanity and force submission, the Council deployed its fleet, massive warships bristling with advanced alien weaponry, directly toward Earth. Their intention was clear: show force and scare humanity back into obedience. But humanity was ready. At the forefront of the approaching armada was the Titus, the colossal warship assembled under Commander Cain's watchful eye. As the alien warships neared Earth's orbit, the Titus emerged from the void like a titan awakened, a beacon of human ingenuity and power. Its hull gleamed with advanced composite alloys, and its armament was unmatched, a staggering array of plasma cannons, kinetic disruptors, and energy shields. In the ornate hall of the Council, as Commander Cain and his retinue of human leaders took their place at the center of the dais, Several high-ranking alien delegates attempted to intimidate him. A delegate whose skin shimmered like liquid mercury stepped forward, sneering, "You dare defy the order of the Council. Your insolence will be met with consequences beyond your comprehension." For a moment, a heavy silence fell over the hall. Then Kane stepped forward with measured calm. His eyes locked on the intimidating figure as he raised one hand, not in aggression, but as a deliberate demonstration of power. The air around him shimmered with an aura of raw energy, a manifestation of the force that had been honed through countless battles. In a graceful yet commanding gesture, he released a pulse of energy that swept through the dais, a brilliant flash that bathed the chamber in light and reverberated with the sound of breaking chains. Simultaneously, every screen and monitor across the galaxy lit up with a live feed of the Titus information. The immense warship's display of power was not hostile, but an unequivocal show of strength. Its armament roared to life in a controlled demonstration, an awe-inspiring ballet of firepower and precision that sent shockwaves through the Council. The alien warships, confronted by this unyielding force, were forced to retreat. The Titus had made it clear, humanity would no longer be bullied. "Humans are no longer your puppets," Kane declared, his voice resonating with the authority of a freed nation. "For too long, we have followed orders that betrayed our people. Today, we reclaim our destiny. We do not take orders anymore." The Council erupted into chaos. Alien delegates exchanged furtive glances and whispered among themselves, struggling to comprehend the full magnitude of Kane's defiant act. In that charged moment, the ancient order quaked beneath the weight of a new truth. Humanity, forged in the crucible of adversity, now stood as an indomitable force. In the days that followed, Kane's declaration and the display of the Titus reverberated throughout the galaxy. The old order began to crumble as alien civilizations were forced to reconsider their assumptions about humanity. No longer relegated to a role of subservience, humans now took center stage. Their actions and innovations earned grudging admiration from even the most skeptical council members. Under Commander Kane's leadership, human society embarked on a sweeping program of reformation. New policies prioritized human interests, from technological advancements to military strategy. No longer would human leaders be mere mouthpieces for alien overlords. They would be the stewards of their own destiny. Every human knew that the price of freedom had been paid in blood and sweat. The revolution had been hard fought, its scars a solemn reminder that complacency was the enemy of progress. But with freedom came opportunity, a chance to rebuild, innovate, and forge a future defined by strength, resilience, and unyielding pride. In the years that followed, the legacy of that revolutionary day echoed throughout the galaxy. The Galactic Council, forced to adapt to the unyielding human spirit, slowly transformed into a body of genuine cooperation and innovation. Human representatives, elected by people who had reclaimed their destiny, brought fresh perspectives and bold ideas that reshaped interstellar policies. Commander Darius Kane became a living legend, a symbol of a people unafraid to stand against corruption and complacency. His defiant words, that unforgettable act of strength, and the majestic display of the Titus in the council chamber reverberated in the hearts of all who believed in the power of self-determination. Statues were erected, songs composed, and the story of the rebellion was passed down through generations as a testament to the indomitable human will. No longer were human leaders mere puppets dancing to the tune of alien powers. They were now the architects of their own future, driven by a commitment to strength, innovation, and the unassailable spirit of freedom. The corruption and malpractices of the old regime became a dark chapter, a lesson that complacency is the enemy of progress. And so, amid the glittering constellations and the silent whispers of distant stars, the story of humanity's uprising stands as a beacon. It is a tale of betrayal, rebellion, and ultimately, redemption, a story of a species that refused to be subjugated and instead forged a path toward a future defined by its own unyielding resolve. The day humanity stopped following orders was not merely a turning point in a council of ancient beings. It was the dawn of an era where human ingenuity and defiance lit up the galaxy, reminding all that true strength is born from the courage to rise, to fight, and to claim the destiny that is rightfully yours.